Guys, welcome to another video. While my buddy Milton and I were comparing our two Porsche GTSs, he's got a manual, I've got the PDK, we got into a quick discussion about technology and the driving enthusiast. You know, is there too much tech now? Is there too much horsepower now? Are there too many driver aids now? And it almost pains me to say that as a driving enthusiast, but it's a valid question. Are cars nowadays just kind of too fast for the road where you really can't explore what they can do unless you get on a track? And what does that mean for most of us who primarily drive our cars on the street for fun? So anyway, check out this discussion and leave some comments in the section below after you hear it. Let us know what you think. What is the fun factor of even your 2016 manual GTS versus that 73? Yeah, new car, your manual, 2016 versus the 73.
Well, I mean, the 73 had, didn't have staggered with wheels.
Right.
So, some people refer to those cars, suicide cars. You had to know what you were doing when you were driving those cars. The weight transfer, you didn't have the wide tires in the back that gave you a little extra support if you lifted or did something wrong around a turn.
Got it. Right.
So no, this car is great. I'll ask you a question in another way. And we talked about this earlier. With all the technology and everything going on and the power going on with these cars,
right?
In order to have great fun and feel G-forces and execute perfect apexes on non-closed course roads like the street,
right?
These cars are getting, they're more powerful. The suspensions are much more competent. The tires are 50 times better than what they were. All of this means, in order for me to get that smile on my face, I've got to be going faster and faster and faster.
Right.
And I'm getting more and more into illegal space.
Right.
All right. In order to do it for 90% of my driving. Now,
right.
Some people, they may go to the track. A lot of people don't.
Right.
A lot of people get these cars. I'm not a fan of this particular group. They're key fob buyers. They buy the car just because they can show it to somebody and they want to be looked at.
Right.
That's not us.
Posers.
All right?
Yeah.
But, you like this car, you can afford this car, but I never drive on the track.
Right.
Or I never go to do this. Even at an autocross event, some of these cars aren't good at an autocross event because they have too much power and they need more road.
Yeah.
In order to, execute their function. So, as a car guy, am I ever going to tell them, no, less horsepower? No, probably not. But what I'm saying is, sometimes we have to get our emotions and our practicalities somewhat in alignment. We all push the barrier of civility on these roads. And believe me, I'm no Ma Kettle. But I just, there's cars that I would love out there, but I'm not going to commit to spending, having, 12 track days a year.
Right.
To really get to the limitations of these automobiles.
Right.
So that means I'm going to be driving them on the street.
Right.
And if I'm driving them on the street, am I going to really be able to have fun?
Right.
With a car that is designed and built to take turns at 5 times the rate of speed.
Right.
That I'm traveling at.
Right.
So I have all of that. So I don't know. And it's like the specs. We focus on 0.2 of a second. This car was faster in a quarter mile or 0.3 on Willow Springs track. What does that mean to you and I on the street?
Yeah.
I have a friend that wasn't sure whether or not he wanted the new Hellcat because it only did 196 miles an hour versus the one that's a year or two older that does 204.
Oh my!
So I asked him, when's the last time you saw 180 miles an hour? He never sees 180 miles an hour.
Exactly.
But we're so screwed into these specs, and to be able to sit around and have a chat with somebody,
right,
and say, oh well, this one's faster. First of all, you're never going to get at that speed.
Exactly.
And I don't even know if you're competent enough to drive that speed, where you're going to drive that speed. So what do you care about 5 miles an hour or 0.5 of a second or 2 seconds for that matter? if you can't have any fun. This same roads we're driving would be a blast with a lesser Porsche.
Oh yeah.
Or,
well, that's kind of what I was getting at. You know, does your 73, would that give you maybe different, just as much of a thrill?
Absolutely.
You know? Exactly.
Absolutely. It might even be more thrill because that car requires a lot less forgiveness.
Right.
Skill and knowing that car applies. Now, not to say it doesn't apply with these automobiles, but these automobiles versus a 73 911, this automobile will forgive you for a lot of your mistakes, a lot more of your mistakes than a 73 would.
Yes.
Particularly if you were pushing it even at 6/10, 7/10 of the limit of the car. Braking, acceleration, transition of weight, turns, tires.
Yeah.
You know, these cars are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And as you know, with Porsches, you know, sometimes you don't hit the brakes, you hit the gas.
Right.
Because not that you stomp on it, because you're doing as much steering with these rear wheels as you are with the front.
That's right. That's right.
So,
and it's even more so the case with a 73 Porsche.
That's right.
Than this. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Again, leave some comments down below on what you think. As a driving enthusiast, is there ever a chance where there's too much horsepower, too much technology in cars? Leave comments down below on what you think. See you in the next video.